cool though. One thing I did like is the knobs feel pretty good. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. They got little steps, so this is like a step switch, a step, and this is just like smooth. Let's go ahead and take this screen protector off. Start with the MIG gun. Just the MIG-15. No, there's the gun. It looks pretty good. Sweet. So there's that thing. I'm guessing that'll plug in right there. MIG gun. So here's the sear I have been using. It's nothing special. It makes a lot of sound. I don't know if that's normal. That's all right. It's the only one I know. So I don't know. Maybe it's shit. Here's the new one. I mean, I don't feel like a weight difference. The top's a little different. Looks like the same amount of options to slot in there. I mean, it's a little smaller profile, which might be nice. Should get up into there a little bit better. So we'll say a decent stinger for my extensive stinger knowledge. All right. Well, compared to the other ground clamp I have, this is a little more comfortable. I mean, I don't know what makes a good ground clamp and what doesn't. I already showed the adapter from the 30 amp plug, 50 amp plug, welder plug, whatever the fuck you call it. This plug to this plug, so you can plug in a 110. That's what we have to start with. We're gonna be doing flux course. Let's see if these are labeled. So this one says 035 and 030. What's in the gun right now? It comes with a 030 already in it. So you get one extra 030 and an 035. So if you want any other tips or you're gonna be welding with any other sizes, make sure that you order those. I don't know how quick. I mean, this came pretty quick, maybe like a week, a little over a week, right at about a week. I will say that the expected delivery wasn't until next week. So they did set low expectations, and then, you know, they under-promised and over-delivered so far, other than my door being a little bit banged up. I guess another thing to call out is like this cord's actually pretty decent length. Guys, I didn't spend a lot on this. I wasted $400, or if this is $400 well spent. Right, this does lift TIG. I didn't get a TIG torch with it, but it does lift TIG, it does stick, it does spot welding, it does MIG, flux core. So it does all of the processes. Something that's similar to this, like I guess you could see the Vulcan at Harbor Freight, is still gonna run you $1,000. So that was what I was gonna go with. And then I was gonna go with a Lincoln that was $1,300, but that was only MIG. So it was only one process. And then this thing popped up, you know, talking to a few other welders and seeing some other videos, and actually it's pretty good. I don't know if they were paid to say it. I don't think so. So if you wanna try it and waste a little bit less money than I did, you can go ahead and use the link in the description below. Or don't. I don't care. There's, I wonder what this does. Maybe if you're like doing, maybe I hook it over here when I'm doing, okay, that's it. Probably just close it. And then MIG gun and ground. Dude, guys, I literally don't know. I've never done any of this. Can't wait to plug this sucker in. So here are the coupons that I'm gonna be using. These guys are 1/8 of an inch or 3 mils when you're setting up the Arccaptain. So we're gonna get that dialed into whatever that says, and then let's go ahead and run some fillets. Let's come in, open my door. I find 3 mil, I'm running 8 wire, no gas. So we're just gonna go to 20 and 9. So all we gotta do is come over here. We're at 21. Oh. 20, 20, and 9. I'm also going to show you guys the cool little spot weld feature just so we can tack this up. So we'll just come over here. Let's just change that to spot weld. So that was 1. 2, and we're tacked in place. And how cool is that? Right, so super easy to tack your material with this. No guessing, takes out a lot of the guesswork. Again, dude, for just your like beginner welder, your hobbyist, just trying to learn, this machine is really good, you guys. Okay, fillet weld, 1/8 of an inch. We're set at 20 volts, 9 meters a minute. The chart for 1/8 is going to be 3 mils, and this is the recommended setting for 3 mils. So we're gonna run this whole thing into the fillet weld, and we'll come back and take a look at it. So I'm just gonna okay, so we hit it with the wire wheel off camera. That was so much fun. Let's go ahead and let this sucker cool down a little bit, and let's do the other side. You just take one of these. You have to get the severed lime one. I don't know why, but yeah, if you just want to quench your weld, you just, you know, just want to take a little bit on there. There we go. That should cool it down nice and quick. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Smells good. (1/8), 20 volts, 9 meters per minute. See, it's still blowing on the back side a little bit. That's gonna be a full penetrating weld. That thing is never coming apart. Go hit this with the wire wheel. I mean, I definitely can work on some consistency, but there was the first time. Obviously, you can see a little bit of that flux. So if you guys see that stuff up there, hit that with a wire wheel again before you start stacking beads. But I'm just gonna set you guys up, and I'm just gonna try to fill this fillet up. I'm gonna stack maybe 4 or 5 beads on there and see how it does. Yeah, I'm gonna keep having Liquid Death in my videos until they sponsor me, so just tag the shit out of them. We're gonna have to switch out the spool soon, so I'm gonna actually just weld this until the spool runs out, and then we'll go and show you guys how to change the spool, because let me tell you what, the first time I did it, it was a fucking nightmare. I wasted so much wire, you guys, because I didn't know what I was doing. This thing looks so good. Okay, let's take you over. Let's show you how to change out the spool. Okay, now we're gonna go over how to change a spool on the Arccaptain MIG200. So you newbies that ain't never done nothing like this before, this is for you. I wish I would have watched a video or came across the video to show me this, because I wasted probably a third of this spool doing it last time. And I actually have some pictures that I'll post right now. So what we'll do is we'll reach in here, we're gonna pull this roller out. We're gonna grab this wire, we're gonna pull this back through. This is just trash. So depending on however long your whip is, you're always gonna waste that wire. If there's a way to not waste that wire, put it down in the comments below. That way. So the test that we were just running is on 0.8. I also grabbed 0.9 so I can see the difference. This would be great for putting those fillet welds in, or doing more fillet welds, just stacking those beads on top of each other. So first things first is you have your spool of wire. You want to make sure that this spool fits. So I would just test this before you even undo anything. Okay, I'm good to go. This fits on there and it rolls just fine. Next thing is you're going to take this wire on this back that's folded over. Now this is where you don't want to do what I did the first time. Okay. You guys, I need a new hood. This has been great, but don't buy this hood. Just go spend the money on something better, in my opinion. If I go get a hood, what should I get? You need to make sure when you pull this off that this isn't coming down off the top. So your label should always be facing you, and that will have your wire coming down off the bottom. So you'll pull your wire out. Now this is where you got to make sure you're keeping like a grip on the wire, because as soon as you let this go, this will just come undone. And that's what I didn't know the first time. You'll take all that stuff that's all messed up, cut off the end. You'll put this on. You'll slide this thing through here. Remember also, just keep your hand here. If you don't keep your hand here, guys, you're gonna lose a bunch of wire. So now 0.8. Ooh. What am I gonna do? I gotta get a different wheel. Okay, shoot. Hold on. I gotta get a different roller because I got a different wire now. This is the bag that it comes with, so I'm sure everything that's in here, you'll get a different little gas diffuser thing. I don't even know what that's called. You'll get a new tip. I'm saving this tip for when I actually do MIG. So I'll have a flux core tip that'll just get nasty. And this will be a tip that I'll do with MIG when I get a bottle. Then you have all these other ones. So with all the flux core, you want to make sure that you're using the knurled. So I don't know if you can see that. All right, see the difference between those two? One's got little ridges, one's smooth. This is for your solid wire. This is when you're doing like MIG work with gas. We're doing flux core, so we need to keep this stuff. So this is 0.9, but this is smooth, so I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna try it, I'll tell you guys. Because all we have here is we have 0.8 on the knurled and 1. I don't have the 0.9, which I need. So let's see. There's 0.9 right there, but it is the smooth, so let's see if this works. Stick it in this little thing. It's spring loaded so it can move around and grab the wire. I don't put the wheel on yet, the guide, whatever it's called, the bearing. Then you'll just get this tip right here into this small little thing. Ta-da, boom, we're in. Push that in a little bit. Make sure that your the size is that way. So this has got two sizes, 9 and 1. So 9 is going to be towards that. We put this on. Okay, I'm in there. I'm going to load this down. Okay, now you're going to take this piece here that's got like the notch on it. And put the big flat side up against the spool. Take your spring. It'll go over that. And then that side goes inside the spring as well. Screw this thing on there and just kind of screw it and then let go and just pray to God that it doesn't let go. Shouldn't let go because it's held down with this. So now what we'll do is I'll go grab the TIG torch. I'll bring it over here. We'll squeeze it and then we'll watch and see if this wire feeds. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just watch this. We're going to squeeze the trigger. Looks like it's feeding just fine. What's cool about this is it knows that it's not welding, so it speeds up that wire feed already. I can feel it starting to come through. Oh, so I think we just ran into our issue now. It's not the knurled, so I don't think we're gonna be able to get it through there. Yeah. So it doesn't work, guys. You got to have the knurled one. So if you go to buy an Arccaptain, don't get anything that's different. Let's see if a 1 will work. I don't think it's going to work, but it's worth a shot. Let's see what happens if you do a 1. Maybe you should go bigger rather than smaller. So that's on the 1 knurled. Let's see if this works. All right. So that feeds fine. Is it going to work? Well, let's weld with it and find out. Let's go. If you want to see any more of the Arccaptain products, go ahead and follow the link in my description. Thanks for stopping by Tukey's shop. And in this next video, we're going to show you the 5 items that you're going to need to start welding. We'll see you there.